Good morning and welcome to the Tenacious Tortoise YouTube channel. I'm glad you've stopped by. I hope more of you will stop by, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you get notification that I've posted another YouTube video. Today, putting on the old bib. Getting ready to chow down. Hopefully you'll join me with some thoughts and observations from this past weekend, from some of my shopping, and afterwards, thoughts that I want to share. You know, there's a lot of voices out there. I have a voice, and I want to share it with others. So I hope you're living life tenaciously. That's the goal of this channel, is to try to alert people, encourage people. There's enough out there tearing you down. There's enough people trying to serve up a plate of every day. I'll try to keep it upbeat and positive. So here we go. Well, we all have to shop, don't we, for food. And so I'm noticing things like Dasani water, 32 pack. It was just under $6. Now it is $6.68, I think it is. Other things that I see jumped up. Now people are paying, if you buy the Pepsi 2 liters, if you are somebody who buys Pepsi 2 liters, it's like $1.98 a 2 liter now. And I think that's a little more than what it had been running. Right now I'm looking for spreadable butter, and I'm looking to see if just how affordable it is. So let's turn you around. Okay, so we're looking at butter. 2 butters. That's definitely gone up because that was under $5. And I happened to witness a lot of these increases. There was a bunch of increases that took place this week. So it's to be expected. I usually get the Smart Balance, trying to use a healthy alternative. And I'm pretty sure now I'm just going to get whatever is affordable. So anyway, I'll get back with you in a little bit. So I'm buying a few things that are on the shelves right now. Prices will go up on these items. So canning lids, ball canning lids, they're still under $3 for a dozen lids. And then I think these have actually increased. The quart prices, I believe they went up by about $1. So prices are on the increase. And there are items to be had, so spend your money wisely and spend it soon before it's utterly worthless. Okay, so now we're in the section of pancakes. Every once in a while I like to have pancakes. Probably not good for me, but does that really matter anymore? Okay, Pearl Milling Company. Been seeing a lot of ads for Pearl Milling Company. Pearl Milling Company is the replacement name, the branding, for what was Aunt Jemima. Now, one of the things I have been looking for is syrup that is free of high fructose corn syrup. And I gotta tell you, there's just nothing here. The only company that has syrup that is high fructose corn syrup free is Log Cabin. And I really didn't want to buy that much. But I refuse to buy syrup, which is already bad for me, which has high fructose corn syrup in it, because it's a man-made sweetener. It's not natural. No way, no how. So I come into Hy-Vee to pick up a prescription for my wife, and I can't help but notice this is a regional. Hy-Vee's a pretty good size. They're really growing in leaps and bounds. I've actually talked about how they're going to be expanding to a bigger market now. They're a regional supermarket chain in the Midwest, but they have holes in their products, and in some cases they're not even putting a price up where the stuff's missing. So they've even taken the prices off. Doesn't seem to be a big shortage of candies, but it was over in other areas that I saw this, and it was, when you see a company like this isn't your Walmart. This isn't where people are rushing out and buying a bunch of stuff, but they're starting to have some holes. And then they're doing huge displays on the things that they do have, like how many beans do you need to show, how many tomato sauces. But if they've got it, they're putting it on the shelf and filling holes. Okay, so tuna prices went up. The Bumblebee was $1, so it went up 8 cents. A Starkist is still $1.24, but you can see compared to the Bumblebee, which used to be 40 cents per ounce, now it's 43. Sorry about the glare there. 43.2 cents. That puts Starkist still more expensive at 47.7 cents. Prices definitely increased. Bumblebee tuna still is at $4.26, so I'm going to grab 2 of those. I know this may be a boring video, but hey, life's pretty boring most of the time. So I shot some video in the store, trying to pick up a few items that things that we needed, maybe a few things that we probably didn't need, some comfort food. Jelly beans. Jelly beans are comfort food. Good enough for one of our presidents, it's good enough for me, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, prices. So just a few reflections on what I'm seeing. I have the benefit of being in stores frequently, working, not as an employee, but because I'm repairing things and trying to keep things running in the stores. And so all this week, I was witnessing massive amounts of price increases. And, in some cases it wasn't huge. It wasn't a big deal. But just for example, today I went to try to get some distilled water because myself and my wife, we have CPAP machines, and we have to put distilled water in the reservoir so we have humidity when we're breathing, and it's a good thing to have. Anyway, absolutely no distilled water. There are literally positions on the shelf for hundreds of gallons of these of that particular item, and there was none. Then went around the corner because I thought, okay, my wife likes Dasani water. Personally, I don't like Coca-Cola products, but there it is. It is what it is. And she would appreciate the fact that I brought home another 32 pack. I balked at that because what was under $6 is now over $6.60. And you think, oh wow, it's only 60 cents. But it's going up on everything. And I didn't see a lot of gaps. There were gaps in things not available. But what is there is all costing you more. And I'm thoroughly convinced that the average schmo going in there is not going to become upset until his beer and his or her or they, depending on which way they swing, until they start jacking up the price on their margaritas and their mix and their, whatever, tequila, Americans are going to sit on their fat asses and take it. And I think we need to wake up. We better wake up fast. Because if you haven't seen the wake-up call that they call Ukraine, and you're not paying attention, and of course you're only getting one side of a story, that doesn't mean I'm pro-Russian. Okay? But the truth of the matter is you're getting the narrative that 6 corporations who are puppets of world governments are telling you. You need to start seeking out alternative news sources. And trust me, most of them have been castrated recently. There were several good sources of information that the technocrats, at the urging of our own government, did all they could to shut them down. There are some very good, resourceful individuals out there who are still broadcasting and still bringing the truth, and they take time to go through a lot of information that is available, and they glean this information, and then they get the news that they're looking for. Now, I'm about to be talked to here in a little bit. Well, no, the little gentleman went on. I thought he was wanting to talk. He saw me talking, and he probably figures that, I don't know, maybe he was, I don't know, just a little guy. He's gone on. He's walking across there. One of the downtown guys. Downtown Keokuk, Old River Town. I'm sitting in the mall, and the mall is pretty much I'm surprised they haven't torn it down yet, but it's only a matter of time. But it is where the First Walk is. And First Walk has probably the best Chinese in town. Anyway, that's information you may or may not need unless you come to Keokuk, Iowa someday and you're looking for Chinese. Don't go to the Chinese food restaurant. No, big mistake. First Walk can make what you want. Anyway, I'm sure their prices will have to go up soon too. So, because after all, they've got to buy wholesale products and then turn them into retail products, and it's getting tough everywhere. Anyway, if you're not an individual who thinks that things are going to get better, things are not going to get better. Things are only going to get worse from here on out. That little thing called the Great Reset, even though Instagram and Facebook will put disclaimers up that the Great Reset was a one meeting in 2020 by the World Economic Forum. It is much more than that, and you can Google it. Or actually, if you want to know information about it, go to like DuckDuckGo or something like that. They run a lot slower. That's on purpose. But do the search. Go get your cup of coffee, maybe bathroom break, whatever. And then when you come back, you might have some real information on what's going down. First we had the scamdemic. Now we have the Russians invading Ukraine. One deception, one distraction after another. All the time, they're picking your pocket. They're robbing you of your wealth. They are eliminating the middle class in the United States and all the Western countries. They are putting us on the fast track to feudalism, fascism, if you want to call it fascism, but feudalism is where we're going, and you are all becoming serfs. And the bottom line is, learn all you can now to be a bigger producer of potatoes than you are a consumer of potatoes, and they'll let you live.